Welcome you back to Vernon Hills and the CLR Carmen Salvino Scorpion Championship. Carmen, a longtime resident of Chicago. We're going to talk about him as we continue our top 50 countdown timeline. We begin this week at number 20. Dave Sutar, the greatest player to ever come out of Detroit and the only player to win the USBC Masters and the Senior Master, and one of 3 to win in 5 decades.
And at number 19, Dave Davis, the classic-style smooth-stroking southpaw, captured the 1965 PBA National Championship for the first of his 4 majors.
The underrated Wayne Webb, the 1980 Player of the Year, won the Senior U.S. Open this season and went on to win Rookie of the Year honors as well on the Senior Tour.
17, Carmen Salvino, the charter member and one of the great faces of the PBA Tour. And I had the honor of winning a doubles tournament with him back in 1988 in Cheektowaga, New York.
Johnny Petraglia, the only player to win 3 tournaments in a row on television, and he beat nothing but Hall of Famers along the way during that run.
And Nelson Burton Jr., Bo Burton, the voice of the PBA Tour on ABC television for over 25 years. He was Player of the Year in 1970 and became a Hall of Famer in '79.
We gave Bo his due earlier in the season. Now Bo waxes poetic on Johnny Petraglia.
14-time champion Johnny Petraglia has the number 16 spot in our countdown. The Hall of Famer earned his first title at age 19 and would go on to become one of only 5 players to complete bowling's Triple Crown of the U.S. Open, the PBA National Championship, and the Tournament of Champions. Perhaps his most memorable moment came at the 1994 PBA National Championship when he earned a $100,000 bonus for bowling a televised perfect game.
And just a reminder that we will reveal the number 1 player in the PBA's 50 Greatest Countdown during the live telecast of the H&R Block Tournament of Champions. That one coming your way January 25th from Las Vegas. Norm Duke will also be looking for an unprecedented 4th consecutive major victory in that event. That one coming your way from the Red Rock Lanes in Las Vegas. Updated look at today's bracket. Brad Angelo, the 3 seed, moving on to take on the young fire thriller from South Carolina, Kenny Simard. Norm Duke joining us live in the booth for this segment. We have so much to discuss with you, including his attire. He is just flat out showing up, Randy and I. Angelo, who started with a strike in match 1, leaves the 10-pin.
Yeah, and he also started the previous match about 10 or 15 boards to the right of where he just threw that one. Norm, what do you see?
Well, I saw that he was about 35 pins down after 3 frames last match and came back to win. So, you know, with Brad, it's all about the end score, not the front score.
Spoken like a true Hall of Famer or a Hall of Famer to be. Just this week it was announced that Norm Duke will be inducted into the PBA Hall of Fame. All of that going on in that great weekend in Las Vegas. What does that honor mean to you in your career?
Well, you know, the the Hall of Fame is what links together all the athletes from every era. And to be alongside those athletes, you know, you're at that point a part of the PBA story.
Messenger gets the 10 for Simard. And going for 4 in a row, 4 consecutive majors. I know we're talking about an event in late January, and here we are. We're not even in December yet, but has that played on your mind at any point?
Well, it has, because I've just been looking forward to it, you know. You're talking about, you know, a quest for 4 in a row, one, and then the Hall of Fame is the add-on. All my family will be there. I just cannot wait for the event. Stoked.
You know, let Randy Peterson talk during that ceremony?
Well, I can say
open mics with Randy are dangerous.
Well, hang on, let's watch this shot real quick.
Back-to-back strikes for Simard.
Kenny displays some sick power. Norm, first off, congratulations. It's long overdue, you being inducted in the Hall of Fame. I'm obviously very happy for Del Ballard Jr. as well, and John Handegard. I feel bad for Doug Kent. Doug Kent certainly has the numbers to qualify, but I don't think he'll be overlooked anytime soon. So congratulations. Again, it's just it's been long overdue.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Angelo with a strike. And here are the look at the 3 inductees. Norm, 30 career PBA Tour titles, 6 majors. Del Valle Jr., 13 career Tour titles, 4 majors. And John Handegaard, this marks the first player to be inducted into the PBA Senior Hall of Fame. He is the Senior Tour's all-time titleist with 14 career PBA Senior Tour titles.
Yeah, and I grew up with Del Ballard, back in Dallas-Fort Worth in late 70s even. And, boy, to be going in with him, it's truly a great honor. And I just can't look forward to it enough as we watch Brad Angelo.
Threw one shot from in, left the flat 10, and immediately moved back to the outside part of the lane where he won his first match. Let's not overlook John Handegaard, who's going in on the senior category. John Handegaard won a regular PBA event at the age of 57 in Kennewick, Washington.
Yeah, he beat me on his way to the title match.
Well, I didn't want to bring that up, Norm.
You never do.
You guys have great memories, I've learned, of people who beat you and people you've beaten in the world of bowling. Randy can tell me any lane, any center where he knocks somebody off.
That's just some sick, nasty power there, Norm. And, I think the one thing we have to touch on is that Kenny Simard said that he actually went to you for some advice about his push away. Tell us about it.
Well, we crossed next to one another last week. Kenny and I are great friends, and I just told him, his push away is a little bit too far to the right for what he's trying to do, which is get the ball to really apex down lane as far right as he can. And now that he's got that push away inside, everything is feeding there. He's got such a big hand, they all come back.
Now, did you change his grip around at all or give him some thoughts on that?
No, I didn't do much of anything. I just told him his swing needs to be a little bit farther in right there.
Hit her up.
Ham bowling for Simard. He bowled 2 300 games this week and a 299 as well.
He had the front 9 in a row 7 times this week, including the last 3 games of the tournament.
Wow. Guys dialed in. Well, you said, this was one of the first things he told us, Norm, was he went right to the story. I spent 30 minutes with Norm Duke a couple weeks ago in Detroit, changed my grip, the swing, working on this. I mean, you could see and sense the smile over the phone.
That's hot.
Yeah, Brad's still fighting that right lane. It was hooking a little earlier. I think he moved his feet inside a little bit, tried to get the ball out to where that dry is. It overhooked in through the nose, big split, bad timing.
Can I just make a point that folks watching at home, they see Kenny Simard playing the deep inside line, they see Brad Angelo playing out or farther right, and they're probably wondering, well, why isn't Brad playing the same line that Kenny Simard's playing? And the answer is simple. More power in Kenny Simard's hand to knock down that corner pin, not as much power in Brad's. He left that 1 week 10, Norm. He said, forget it, I'm going back to the right.
It scared him away, as it did most of us. Every time we moved in the course of the week, we had problems with the flat 10. Let's see if Brad's able to make the adjustment. And, he's deciding to go with more speed, get the ball to lay down in the pocket. It's just not laying down for him. And part of that might be because of Ken Simard's track going down the lane from farther inside of Brad.
Does the fact psychologically that Simard has thrown 4 strikes in 4 frames do anything to alter Angelo's game at this point?
Yeah, it puts a sense of urgency on the matter, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I don't want to say panic. It's a little early for that. But it's certainly not a good sign when you've got one match under your belt, you move on to the next match, and this guy starts with 4 in a row, and he's just making the lanes look simple, not to mention the fact that when his ball hits the pocket, it looks like it can knock down 20 pins.
I said one of the problems he had this week was he was actually a little overconfident.
Push a little.
Yahtzee for Simard. 5 frames, 5 strikes.
Yahtzee?
Yahtzee. You haven't heard that? Or do you ever watch our telecast?
Never got a 5-bagger. I haven't heard Yahtzee yet.
A 5 who-water?
Rob, Norm, can I just interject here for a minute?
Please do.
One of Kenny Simard's 300 games came in the last game, the position round game, against Brad Angelo.
And it moved him up from the 4 spot to the number 2 seed.
And adds to the sense of urgency.
And look at him just kind of claw that big giant mitt into that bowling ball.
He makes that bowling ball look like a marble. six-pack to start it off for Kenny Simard. And we want to thank Norm Duke for his time, and congratulations again from all of us for the soon-to-be Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. We've been pushing for it all season. I'm glad somebody's listening to us.
Well, thanks for having me. I sure enjoy it always.
Always good to see you, Norm.
Randy,
Thanks for your time. Ken
buddy.
Simard, his pursuit of a perfect televised game is still game.